Hello everyone, today I'm going to show you when I cut lenses for the Ray-Ban 2132 color 622, which is the matte black rubber in the 52 eye size. This is freeprescriptionlenses.com, where everyone loves a bargain and no one is disappointed with quality. I am the hardest working optician in the optical industry. My name is Seymour Better, but call me Mo Better, because I'm going to have you see Mo Better looking Mo Better and show everyone else how I bring that loving feeling back to glasses when I cut the high index 167 lenses with Photofusion Extra Gray and the DuraVision Blue Protect Anti-Glare for Keith, who is in Malta, which is in the middle of the Mediterranean Ocean between Sicily and Tunisia, and he lives such a good life. But before I cut his lenses, I just want to give a shout out to his loving wife Stephanie and his children Jillian. I can't even speak. I'm all choked up. Jillian and Martina. The reason why I'm choked up is I launched a new website on New Year's Eve, and Keith was the very first person to make a purchase from the website. Now, we had a few kinks to work out. There were some bugs in the system. He was patient. We got him the upgrade to the 167. He happened to change color frames, which is fine. More than happy to do that, but that's what the delay is in getting these out, and I'll get these shipped to you tomorrow, Keith. The video will upload. He's asleep right now. It's in the middle of the night for him, and I'll get him his tracking number in the morning here. But let's go ahead and take out his frame out of the case that Ray-Ban provides, his Italian leather. How ironic how he lives a stone's throw from Italy, and here's his Italian leather Ray-Ban case. Ray-Ban frame, Ray-Ban cleaning cloth with junk mail in about several languages. And of course it comes with a little plastic sleeve on the left temple that protects the temple from rubbing together during shipping when it's being shipped from Italy. So it came from his backyard all the way over to the United States, and now I'm sending it back home. But I'm going to put the sleeve on there when I ship to you. Again, this is the Ray-Ban 2132 New Wayfarer color 622 in the 52 eye size. This frame comes in 3 sizes, 52, 55, and 58, and sells for $150 and all the above. It comes with the glass Ray-Ban G15 lenses. This is the color that Ray-Ban built their industry on. I'm going to pop out the original heavy glass lenses. How do you know they're glass? That's the sound of glass. I'm going to put your frame into the tracing element of my blocker. I'm going to assign a barcode number to it as 3433. That way, years from now, should you ever need new lenses for your frame, I can mail them right to your home. I'm going to hit the start button. The little slides are going to pop up, go around, trace the inside bevel of the right side of the frame before doing the same thing on the left. Again, here at freeprescriptionlenses.com, where everyone loves a bargain and no one is disappointed with quality. You buy any frame that I offer and you'll receive 1 free pair of clear single vision prescription lenses or non-prescription fashion lenses. My receipt has my federal ID tax number, so if you have vision insurance or unused health savings account flex dollars, you will get reimbursed for this purchase. Now, I do not take any vision insurance, but I can provide to you upon request an itemized receipt that you can file for reimbursement, and they'll mail the check right to your home. Now, the health savings account flex card, you will need to go to the contact me page of the website, call me up and enter that information. Give me a call and I can take the flex card over the phone. I use PayPal on my website, and with that you can use MasterCard, Visa, American Express, Discover, but it won't take a health savings account flex card, so you have to call me. So let's go ahead and get your lenses prepped. Your right eye reads -6, -1 at 10. I'm going to turn the axis wheel to 10, which is the fine tune knob. Put the power drum on 0. Make sure everything is dialed in perfectly. The prism knob, I was cutting some prism earlier, I had to adjust that. Okay, I'm going to put the power drum on -6. Let's take the right lens out of the protective packet. And you're going to get all the manufacturer's original packaging. I'm going to put the lens in, rotate it until the spherical component comes into view first. Let's look at everything that's upside down. Alright, let's put it this way. I want to use the top part of the lens. That's how I know it's upside down. Alright, so we're at -6, -7. Let's get the astigmatism lined up just perfectly. I'll explain what all that means later. Actually, I'll tell you now. If you are sleepy when you wake up, then you might have astigmatism. If you're hungry right before you eat, yeah, there's a good chance you might have astigmatism. If you think my jokes are stupid, yeah, you might have astigmatism. All right, so that's the right lens. I'm going to highlight the packet. Wait, that's not it. The right SV for single vision, freeform 6.7 with the 167 material. Actually, the 1.664 to be exact. And then the power, -6, -1 at 10. Let's do the same thing for left, -6, -1 at 180. Left, single vision 167, -6, -1 at 180. Let's take the lens out of the protective packet and put the power drum on on 180, still on -6. Rotate until the spherical component comes into view. Why can I never do this right? All right, that's the top of the lens. -6, -1 is 7. So I'm just concentrating. I'm concentrating. Make sure everything lines up perfectly. It's not like you live next door. I wish you lived next door. Man, perfect temperature there in Malta. And this is the left lens. Now, if you guys missed any of that, let me recap. Oh, it's a bad joke, but you'll be telling it tomorrow. Okay, so this is a block, or as I like to call it, Jenny from the block. I need to attach this to your lens while it is cutting. It tried to escape. Why me? Why me? It was your time. Oh, when the clown laughs at work, it's a good day at work. Okay, so stick that on there. Pull the paperweight to make the black side sticky. That silver button in the back is a magnet. It's going to do its job twice. The first time it's going to attach itself to another magnet there in the arm. Oh, I gotta move on to the next screen. Enter your pupillary distance, which I don't have to do anything, which is 65 divided by 2 is 32.5. I do want to raise the optical center up to 21. We're gonna go 2 above and cut it at 21. Put it in over those dots. Dot, dot. I always like to make sure the lens is large enough, and it is. Hit that button, the arm's going to come down, place the block onto the right lens. We're going to do the same thing now for the lens that ain't right, which I can identify with. Pull the paperweight to make the black side sticky, line up the magnet, same pupillary distance, same optical center height, same bat channel, same bad jokes. Get everything lined up just perfectly. Hit that button, now the arm comes down, places the block onto the left lens. So this is the tracer, this is the blocker, this is what's known as the edger. It weighs 200 pounds. It costs $40,000. I recommend everyone go out and buy their own, put it on your kitchen counter, and then you can cut your own lenses at home, and you won't need this guy with the 2 thumbs and the bad jokes to do it for you. But if you notice, that spot is growing out. It is growing. I slammed my thumb in the door. I cried. I made some little girly sounds, which I'm not proud of, but hey. But it's growing out. Eventually, it's just going to be at the very end until it's gone. So, all right, so let me grab this. This is the actual wheel that's going to do all the work while I run my mouth. This is a diamond crusted wheel that's going to grind away your lens material until it's the final size. This wheel in the center is going to put the V-shaped bevel onto the lens so it stays inside the bevel of the frame. I'm going to wake up the computer. Job ID number 3433. 3433, or as I like to say, installment 330 million. Installment 3,433 of my 330 million volume series of making a pair of glasses for everyone in America and Malta. So stay tuned for episode number 330 million. Something crazy is going to happen. Really, I'm just going to need to sit down and have some snacks at 330 million. I'll be hungry and I'll be tired. Okay, so these are you ready for this? 167 high index. These are not polycarbonate lenses. We thinned them down even more. I'm not going to put a polish on the edge of the lens because it's not going to be seen. I'm not going to put one on the front convex surface, but I am going to put a safety bevel on the rear, and then I'm going to do something else. This button is set for automatic. I'm going to change it to manual. I know, it's crazy like that. You know what? No matter how complex this is, you still have to put the lens inside the machine. So now press the sticker on there firmly, place the magnet into the chuck, or as I like to call it, the Charles, because I just don't know this machine well enough to call it Chuck. Have you guys heard that before? Did I mention free bad jokes with the purchase of every pair of glasses? I mean, Keith paid $25 for this video. I gotta give him his money's worth. Actually, his real money's worth is me just shut up and do the work. Alright, so now I'm gonna hit the green button. The door is gonna close. Secret Agent 2840 is gonna complain that I didn't clean the door, and he'll have a valid point. He's also going to say how bad my Steelers got beat in the playoffs, and he'll have a valid point with that too. So anyways, go around tracing the shape and then measuring the thickness where to place the bevel, except I'm going to tell him where to place the bevel. Let's see. I could do a percentage where it's 50-50 in the center. You see the little bevel thing right there? So this is a butterfly. If you were to take the lens, cut it this way and peel it open lengthwise, that's where it would be. I could move the bevel backwards. I'm sorry, if I moved it backwards, if this is the front of the lens, if I move the bevel backwards, it's going to stick it towards the front of the frame. I'm going to move the bevel forwards, so it's going to push it out of the back of the lens, and I'm going to do that I could do it on the base curve, which is 3.6. I ordered these on a 4 base, and 3.6 is close to 4, but instead I'm going to choose the front bevel. Right now it's at 1.40, going all the way around. I want to bring that down to, let's go ahead and do 1. And just going to see the thickest part of the lens. I think we'll be okay. So now we're going to hit start. The cutting wheel is going to start up. Water is going to spray on the lens for the duration of this cutting cycle. Look at that. That's something you don't see in most of my videos with polycarbonate. But high-end plastic, high-index plastic, the 167, 174, or Tribex cut wet, meaning that no water sprays onto the lens for the duration of the cutting cycle, whereas polycarbonate does not have water spraying on it. So these will cut faster. And they stink. Woo! These smell like onions or rotten eggs. It has a sulfur smell to it. If this were smell-o-vision, you would get a big whiff of that sulfur smell. So be glad you're not here. Now, Keith got the 167 high index, which is a $59 upgrade. He got the Zeiss Photofusion Extra Gray because he lives on a hot island. The Extra Gray gets darker in hotter weather. That's a $129 upgrade. He got the Zeiss Blue Protect, which is $99. Of course, the frame is $150 in whatever size for a total of $437, plus the $25 for his video, which is priceless. But he also paid $35 for international shipping, because I wish Malta was in my backyard. Actually, I think a history book I had in high school or college said from Yugoslavia to Malta, something about World War I possibly. I don't know. I slept through that class. Regrettably, I was one of the cool kids. I lettered in 3 sports, thought I was going to be a professional athlete. Yeah, that didn't work out. So I went to auditionary college. But things happen for a reason. Now I wish I could play the pillow professionally. I like to sleep. That's why I drink a lot of coffee. It keeps me awake. Whenever I go to the doctor and they ask what my interests are in that little survey you fill out, I always put snacking and napping just to see if they're paying attention. I did have one doctor laugh at that. Next time you guys go to the doctor and you fill out one of those questionnaire surveys, put something ridiculous on there just to see if they actually read that. Make sure you don't get committed to an insane asylum. But he told me to do it. Now this frame, the Ray-Ban 2132, I cut my teeth on this frame. This is the frame that first had me selling online. You see that on my My cleaning cloth has been on all of them. It's I first started off selling lenses only. Then someone asked me, "Can you get me this frame?" And I said, "Okay." I didn't know people wanted to buy frames from me. I was juvenile. I didn't know what I was doing. This internet sales was so new. And I was just learning. So what I did is I moved the bevel to the front of the frame, and I'll show you why in just a moment. But I'm going to tuck this in at the outside corners, push down the nose, and it snaps right in perfectly. So we're going to flip this over to L, place the magnet into the Chuck, the Charles, the Chucky baby. I would call it the Keith, but no, I'm going to call it the Stephanie, the Jillian, the Martina. You guys didn't see that one coming. Hit the, oh, my finger not working. The door closes, the clamp shuts, the lens is going to trace the lens to make sure it is large enough to fit into the left side of the frame, and you can see as this goes around tracing the shape of the left side. Measuring the thickness, and then wait for me, and what I'm going to do, so here's something you normally don't see. Asterisks cut on 10 millimeter front bevel. So in the future, should I ever cut new lenses for them in big red highlights say, "Pay attention." That's where I moved the bevel on the manual setting. Hit the green start button, the door closes. Well, actually it did. The cutting wheel starts up. The lens is going to start cutting. I'm going to take this block off. I'm going to start working on the right lens, dry that off, throw that in there, add to my sticker collection, come down here, spin the axis wheel back to 10 from 180, put it in over that black dot, read the power, and I am getting -6 in the red, between 5 and 7. Keith's prescription, it reads -6, -1 at 10. The unit of measurement we use in the optical world is called a diopter, spelled D-I-O-P-T-E-R. It starts at 0 and goes up in there from quarter increments, 0.25, 0.50, 0.75, 1, up to 6. So he's on the 24th rung of a ladder. He needs 24 steps of far-sighted correction. He can see an ant's fingerprint when he holds it up, but when it gets out here, it starts to get blurry. So he needs 24 steps of far-sighted correction. So this lens is giant to him, but when his glasses are on, it makes it the correct size. Now, once it's the correct size, he still has another diopter, another 4 steps of astigmatism correction. Uncorrected astigmatism makes 6s and 8s look alike, or the letters P and F. Think of it as the fine-tune knob. A straight line is 0 to 90 to 180. So we're going to turn that fine-tune knob, to 10. So I'm going to check the second curvature, the -1. We are going to end up at -7. Now that's exactly halfway between 6 and 8. That's because you add the two like signs together. So he's on the, if he was at 24, he's now on the 25th rung of a ladder. Now, the first two numbers are real values to be concerned with. This last number could be anywhere from 0 to 180, so that's 10, and that literally is 180. You think 10 and 180 are far apart, but they're not. So again, a straight line, 0 to 180, we're at 10 for the right eye, we're at 180 for the left, so 10 is 10 degrees away from the 180. The 180 is on 180, so he's 10 degrees of separation from him and Kevin Bacon's prescription. Now again, this frame sells for $150. The Photofusion Extra Gray adds $129, the DuraVision Blue Protect $99, and the 167 Anti-Glare $59 for a total of $437 before the $25 he paid for this wonderful video that he will cherish for a lifetime. He'll be playing it at his kid's wedding. Stephanie, you may want to talk to him about that. So, plus $35 international shipping. Now, the other added benefit, now the Photofusion Extra Gray does get darker in hotter weather. I'll talk about that later. But it comes with 50 to 70% blue light protection already built in. On top of that, he got the Zeiss DuraVision Blue Protect, so he has another layer, an added layer of blue protection. You hear about that today. It goes by the initials HEV, the high energy, visible, viscous, voluntarily. It stands for some. Jillian, Martina, pop quiz. I want you guys to look up HEV and tell me what it stands for. Leave it in the comment section. But I do know that it is emitted. I lost your frame. Here it is. It is emitted from today's electronic devices such as cell phones, tablets, computer screens. The #1 source of blue light on the planet. Anyone? Bueller? Come on, pop in there. There we go. The sun, the source of life on this planet. So, pull that away, step back, do a 3-point shot. Oh, and he makes it. Add to my sticker collection. We have a show in America called Hoarders. They're going to come to me one day. Look, I was pulling the paint off the wall, so I had to put this on the back to protect the paint where it goes on there. So I can get my deposit back on this building. Alright, so we're going to turn the fine tune knob to 80, which will be played by 0. Put it in over that black dot to read the power. We are getting, there it is. You know, I have a smaller flashlight, I just can't find it. We're at -6. -6, let's check the astigmatism correction. The second curve, we're at -7. Now I need to read the pupillary distance, which is 65, optical center height 21. So I'm going to turn the card around, place the PD stick against my thumb on the right lens, and when we read it, we're getting 65 on the left. Now the optical center height of 21, not to the bottom of the lens, but to the middle of the deepest part of the plastic, we're getting 21. 21. Now, this is the portion in every video that as I clean your lenses, I mentioned that there's free shipping anywhere in the US. And we've gone over this. Malta is not in the US, so there is a $35 fee. But when you get these in the mail, Keith, there is a small chance these could fit too loose or too tight. However, there's an 80% chance that one side is going to sit higher than the other. That's because 80% of people have one ear that is higher than the other. And because of that statistic, 99% of all optical shops will do free adjustments. But I'm going to get these in standard alignment, also known as a 3-point stance. The 3 points are 1, 2, and the bottom of the frame being 3. I set them on the counter and press down. There is no wobble. Now, when I say wobble, I'm going to take mine off and press down on the counter. They wobble on the counter, but they sit level on me. And because I'm part of that 80%. Now, let's look at something here. The Ray-Ban 2132 New Wayfarer. The Christian eyewear. Model number Philippians 413, size 52. Now this is in the shiny black. Now this is a good point. So let me clean this off. Shiny black versus matte black. When I touch my frames, there's a smudge and fingerprint, and body oil smudges shows on the shiny black. That is why he originally ordered these in shiny black, but when we talked about it, I showed him that. And there are no fingerprints or smudges on the matte black. That's what makes it really nice. Plus, as I was just talking about the fit of the lens, this rubber, this frame has hard plastic on the inside. It has a rubber sheath that won't peel off. Don't worry, this is very well made. That just grips very well when you're hot and sweaty. This is my best-selling frame, the color 622, and for good reason. They used to make this in a blue rubber, and it was my favorite frame, but they discontinued it. So I didn't want to wear anything I couldn't sell, so I was wearing it in the 6053. But this frame I wore for many years in my video is the model for the template for the frame that I came up with. Now mine comes with a magnetic polarized clip-on that snaps onto the front of the frame. I took the shield off the front, which is the back side of the hinge, and everything else stays the same, except I put again a cross on the temple tip and on the temple. But it's just as comfortable, just as durable. And if you want to see more of that, go to Christian Eyewear and look for Philippians 413. The GoPro strap won't let me put my glasses on. So again, let's finish here. Flip that over, press down. There is no wobble. Close each temple to make sure they overlap perfectly, and they do. That neither temple is askew. So this is what they look like clear. Let me go ahead and expose them to a strong burst of ultraviolet light. Now, one of the reasons I moved the lens back is when it turns dark, I did not want there to be a white ring around the lens. The only downside to that is that when I move the lens backwards in the frame, there's a chance that some of the edge thickness will show, but it's very minimal. Plus, he got the 167 lenses, so that turned out really, really, really well. That's a total of -7 diopters of total power. This is what they look like clear. Let me go ahead and expose them to a strong burst of ultraviolet light. Now, as you can see, it takes about 30 to 45 seconds for all photochromic transition lenses to darken. A little bit longer when you come back inside. 45 seconds to a minute, minute 15. Now, this is important, Keith, and everyone else watching. All photochromic lenses will turn dark on day 1 and continue to darken every day for the first couple weeks they're exposed to the sun. After that, they will work for years at maximum performance. The only time they won't work is if you're behind the windshield of a car. Your windshield absorbs the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays that would cause your dashboard to crack from sitting in the sun all day, and that's why they don't turn dark in a car. Now, having said that, these extra active gray will get 30 to 50% dark behind a windshield. Now, all photochromic lenses are also temperature sensitive, meaning they will get darker when it's 85 and below than they will when it's 95 and above. But I remind everyone, when it's 100 degrees outside, you're miserable, they're miserable. Nobody works 100% when it's 100 degrees outside. These extra active lenses are designed for extra active people who spend extra amounts of time outside in hotter weather, and these will get darker in hotter weather. So, if you live in a hot climate like Malta or anywhere else, you may want to think about getting the extra active gray. Now, you can also get one of the flash mirrors, so not only does it turn gray when you go outside, when you look out, you'll see the gray, but you can get one of 5 colors: silver, gold, green, blue, or red mirror, and then it will fade back to clear when you go back inside. Of course, any of the Zeiss anti-glares from DuraVision Chrome at 69, DuraVision Silver at 79, the Blue Protect and Platinum are both at 99. This is the equivalent of Crizal Sapphire, but it's clearer than Crizal Sapphire and costs $20 less. So, and again, these lenses turn darker outside, have 30 to 50%, will turn dark behind a windshield. They have 50 to 70% blue light protection built in. They have an additional percentage, I forget the amount of the Zeiss Blue Protect, but that's on top. And so it's got great coverage. Now, the anti-glare coating protects from the blue light, but it also reduces glare when driving at night, particularly driving at night in the rain, but from street lights, stoplights, computer screens, overhead fluorescent lights and such. It's also anti-reflection coating, so it's less likely that people see their reflection in your glasses. If you take a selfie, you're less likely to see you're holding up the phone in the lens itself. And it comes with the most durable scratch coating in the business. So you get all of that with these lenses. Now, if you have any questions, just go to the Contact Me page of the website. Do yourself a favor, subscribe to my channel, then click the bell icon so you'll get notified every time there's a new frame and lens combination, so you can learn more about the frames and lenses. You can, actually, if you go to my website, you can subscribe to my newsletter and get even more as they start. I'm going to start publishing those very soon. There'll be a link in the description below if you want these frames. I'll have a link for the lenses as well, the Photofusion and the Blue Protect and all the coatings from Zeiss. You can follow me on Facebook and Instagram as Free Prescription Lenses, on Twitter as Free RX Lenses. You can also leave a question or comment in the comment section below. But Keith in Malta, along with Stephanie, Jillian, and Martina, thank you for watching. Keith, thank you for the purchase of the Ray-Ban 2132 new Wayfarer size 52. Of course, there's also 55 and 58 in the color 622, the matte black rubber with your Zeiss extra active gray lenses and DuraVision Blue Protect. Have I said that enough in this video? But thanks again for watching, and now hopefully everyone else has got a chance to see how I bring that loving feeling back to glasses. Thank you.